Yeah, so I guess all of you know, basically today we are discuss about the 2016 paper for SBP. Yeah, this is a trial paper, and actually, yeah, one of the students actually shared this paper with me. So yeah, we will actually screen record the things as well. Okay. Okay, let me share the screen with you right now. I hope we don't hang. So turn off camera, turn on camera. All right, should be able to see me, right? So we will go to the thing. Okay, so can you actually see the question? Okay, good. Then we will start to discuss about this thing. All right, so okay, so this is SBP 2016 paper 1 for MF. All right, so yeah, so the first thing we do over here is function. So this 3-mark question I think is very easy. I mean, yeah, if you see G -1, that means substitute negative 1 into the x. That means x equals to -1. So therefore, it's just G -1. That means all the x will just insert the -1 into it. So you will get -2 is the answer. All right, very easy. Okay, this one, G inverse 2. G inverse 2 actually means 5x plus 3 will equals to 2, because it's the same thing. Okay, why do I say it's the same thing? Okay, this is gx, right? We just assume gx is equals to 2, because 5x plus 3 is gx, right? So you just imagine if gx equals to 2, if I manage to move my g to the other side, x actually equals to g inverse 2, isn't it? So if I move my g inverse back to the x, then I actually get back gx equal to 2. So therefore, I can say this one. So therefore, I just need to find what is x. If I can find x, that means I can find g inverse 2. So I want to make my x as a subject. So it's just 2 minus 3. So x is just -1 over 5. All right, this is one of the faster way. This is a faster way to solve the g inverse. Yeah, I reply the question from Shami. Yeah, this paper actually is SBP paper 1 for MF. All right, so you can actually get the paper from the link shared in our group. You just go to our group there. I think one of the students, yeah, actually share it out, so you can actually get it from there. Right, so okay, let me continue. I hope I do answer your question. Yeah, you can just download and you print it out yourself. Okay, so for the second question, it's a function also, obviously. Fx equals to px minus 3. So that means fx is equals to px minus 3. Let me write out first. So g fx is equals to 2x plus q. Find the value p and q. Okay, so from the diagram itself, you will need to understand what's the meaning for a diagram. So if this case, this is x, right? If let's say x is 3, so I will say f3 is equals to 12. So because f3, you will actually get 12. So therefore 12 is equals to p. I substitute 3 into the x. Then I can easily get 15 equals to 3p. P equals to 5. All right, the second one, yeah, basically the question asks you to do the comparing. So like gfx, that means fx first, then you go gx. So I know gf3 is equals to 8. Do you see that? So if I substitute the fx into the gx, that means if the x is 3, I will get the value is equals to A. So if you can understand this one, you can just do some substitution into here. I mean, yeah, the whole thing here is equals to A if I substitute 3 into the X. 2, 3 plus Q. So Q basically will equals to 8 minus 6, so Q equals to 2. All right. So should be able to understand, right? This one is considered very easy. So yeah, just like this. If anything you can't understand, please let me know. Okay, express this equation in the form of the quadratic. This one just a simple algebra question. So 3 over x minus 5 over x squared equals to 1. So that means I want to multiply x squared for the whole equation. I multiply x squared. All right, that means I will multiply x squared here, x squared here, multiply x squared for every single one. Then you can see I simplified, I left 3x. I simplified, I left negative 5 equals to x squared. So 0 equals to x squared minus 3x plus 5. All right, done. Okay, this is what that means by, yeah, express your equation in that form. Right, it should be okay. So if h and k are the root of the quadratic equation, find the value h squared plus k squared. Right, so yeah, so we have root. So let's say sum of root is h plus k. So product of root is h multiplied k because h and k are the root. All right, so if you understand this one, you definitely know you have to use this formula: x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equals 0. This is a general equation for sum of root and product of root. So what you need to pay attention is the x squared, coefficient of x squared must be positive 1, and this symbol must be negative. All right, this is something you have to pay attention on the formula itself. So we have the equation here, but then the x squared is 2. In this case, the x squared is 2, so I will divide 2 for every single one. Plus 5 over 2 equals to 0. All right, now the coefficient is 1 is correct. This symbol is negative is correct. Then I know my sum of root equals to 4, my product of root equals to 5 over 2. So I know my sum of root equals to 4 and my product of root equals to 5 over 2. And we have all this already, right? So therefore, so since sum of root equals to 4, so I can say h plus k equals to 4. So I will square this one. So that means I will square the other side. So h squared plus 2hk plus k squared equals to 16. Then what I will do is I want to find h squared plus k squared, right? So I will move my 2hk to the other side, minus 2hk. And what is my hk? hk is a product of root. My product of root is 5 over 2. 5 over 2. So this, I will get, this one simplified. 16 minus 5, I will get 11. Right, this is how we solve this one. How about the opposite symbol? What do you mean by opposite symbol? Okay, I think I get what you mean. If opposite symbol, let's say I have an x squared plus 5x minus 7 equals 0. You mean this one is opposite symbol, right? If this one is opposite symbol, what you can do is you make the positive into both negative. Because negative give you positive, right? But then I will do the bracket thing. 5x minus 7 equals 0. Therefore, if this is positive, my sum of root here will be negative 5. Okay, so I guess this is what you mean by positive symbol. Okay, so I hope I do answer you. If there's no problem, then I will move on. If you have problem, please stop me. All right, so yeah, this is the diagram 5. Will show the quadratic equation. So you have the quadratic equation, state the root. So state the root, state means you can straight away write the answer. Root means the answer of x. So that means in this case, the answer of x means is on the x-intercept. Right, so x equals to 1 and x equals to 3 because you have two answers. So how to find the answer of x when fx equals to 0? That means you will do something like fx equals to 0. That means x squared plus bx plus c will equal to 0. Then you factorize. This is how we actually get the root of x. But then this one is just 1 mark, so you don't need to do so much. So you just need to know whenever the question asks you to find the root of fx, find the root of fx equals to 0, is something like y equals to 0. That means you need to find your answer on the x-axis. That means this one is the answer on x-axis. Root is always mean the answer of x, so you can get the x-intercept lah. Alright, so find the value b and c. Okay, b and c, in order to find b and c, yeah, you can do simultaneous. I mean, yeah, sub the coordinate into it, I guess. Since this curve actually passing through these two coordinates, this is 1, 0. The other one will be 3, 0. Then we can just substitute it into the equation. So fx will equals to, where fx is equals to 1, 0. That means fx is 0. That means fx is 0 equals to 1 square plus b1 plus c. So yeah, so I can get 0 equals to 1 plus b plus c. Then I can say, yeah, I can leave like this lah. It doesn't matter. Then I substitute the second coordinate into here. 0 equals to 3 square plus b3 plus c. So this equation is 0 equals to 9 plus 3b plus c. Right, this I'm gonna call this one first equation and call this one second equation. And then I will use the first equation minus the second equation because I can see both have c. So I can say first equation minus second equation. So that means you just imagine 0 minus 0, you get 0. 1 minus 9, you get negative 8. b minus positive 3b, you get negative 2b. c minus c is 0. So therefore, I have 2b equals to negative 8. b equals to negative 4. So after I get b equals to negative 4, I can substitute into any equation I want. Let's say I substitute into 1. So what I will do is, if I substitute into the 1 here, 0 equals to 1 minus 4 plus c. So this one is negative 3, right? c equals to 3. All right, just like that. Okay, is there anything you want to ask? Should be okay, right? This one should be quite simple. Right, if nothing, we are going to move on because we had 25 questions we have to discuss. Yeah. So, given that the quadratic function fx equals to negative 2, bracket x minus 4 plus 8, state the coordinates of turning point. So, whenever you see something like this, the first thing going to your mind is this is completing the square. Right, if completing the square, turning point actually mean minimum or maximum. Of course, in this case, because of negative 2, I know actually it's maximum. But then the question just asks you to state the coordinate. So I can state the coordinate is 4 and 8. It's very easy. 4 you actually get from the inside the bracket. You just do x minus 4 equals to 0. Then you can get x equal to 4. And y, and with the y value, you just get at the back here. Right, this is the best thing about completing a square, means you can straight away get the turning point. Okay, then the question asks you to find the range value. Okay, definitely you don't write maximum, you write turning point, all right? You write turning point. Okay, find the range of values of fx when x is from 2 to 6. All right, so yeah, 2 to 6 though. So what we do is we basically, okay, what's the meaning for range first? Okay, basically you will get an equation look like this. Okay, this one will be 4 and 8. All right, and then the vertical intercept, let me try to make x equal to 0. So negative 2 plus 16 plus 8. So this is negative 32 plus 8. So I will get negative 26. Isn't it 24? All right, I will get 24. So that's mean, yeah, you have something like this. This one is negative 24. And this is x-axis, this is y-axis. All right, so what the question one is, when x is from 2 to 6, So 2 to 6, I assume is from somewhere here to somewhere here. This is the range. This is the domain. Domain. So range is when it, at the 2 to 4, what is the range here? I mean, what is the range here? Range is actually stand for the y-axis one. All right, so basically it's very easy lah. Let me teach you how to do this one. Basically, it's sub 2 and sub the 6 into the equation to find the fx. So let's say x equals to 2. So negative 2, x is 2. So negative 2, and then 2 minus 4 squared plus a. This one is negative 2, 4 is negative 8 plus a. So you will get 0. Okay. And then I will sub the, okay, this one is basically sub the 2 into here. This one I will sub the 6 into it. So it will be negative 2, 6 minus 4 squared plus a. This is, okay, this is 0 also. This is 2, 2 squared is 4, 4 multiplied, this one is 0. So that means the domain basically is from this coordinate to the other coordinate. So the range basically is, yeah, the range should be here only. Mean from 0 to the maximum. From 0 to maximum means from 0 to 8. Okay, so this is the range. So the range basically, I will say, if the question asks me to find range, I will say that f should be between 0 to 8. And it definitely can touch it 0 to 8. But this question is a bit weird. So yeah, give me a moment. I will actually trying to check the answer. Yeah. So yeah, that one is a question. Yep, our answer is correct. I mean, yes. Okay, let me come back to this one. All right, so okay, so since this is correct, so so far can you understand this? Range basically is the things on the y-axis. Right, so domain actually is the things on the x-axis. All right, this one we call domain, and that one we call range. All right, so for the next one. Okay, this one is the indices, I guess. So yeah, I'm going to multiply the power of 3 into both. So I get 27 x power of 3. Multiply negative 1, I will multiply for both. I will have 9 power negative 1, x power negative 1. So this one is square root. So square root basically means power of half. All right, so I will solve this one definitely. Okay, so yeah, since they are multiplied, so I will solve this one first. Okay, 27 is the 3 power of 3, isn't it? So it's 3 power of 3. This is x power of 3. And then 9 is x squared. Multiply negative 1. This is x equals to negative 1. Oops. That one, this one should be 3 power of 2. 3 power. I couldn't erase again, so let me just restart the whole thing. Okay, so yeah, actually this one I shouldn't change. I should leave in 3 power of 3. And then this one is x power of 3. And then multiply 3 power of 2. So multiply negative 1, negative 2, x power of negative 1. So equals to x cubed over 2. I mean 3 power 3 over 2. All right, so yeah, x 3 and 3 I solve. Multiply mean plus, right? This is 3. 3 plus negative 2, so it's 1. Then the second one, x cubed plus negative 1, you get x squared. All right, so equals to x 3 over 2. So 3 basically x squared, I move to the other side, is just divided by x squared. If divided by x squared, divide we don't actually mean minus. So I say 3 over 2 minus 2. So 3 equals to, x equals to negative half. So if this is negative half, so what I want to do is I want to change it into a positive. So it will become 1 over square root x. Okay, half basically, this one basically, yeah, I just worry I changed too fast. This one basically is 1 over x power half. But then we know half basically means square root, so it's square root x. Right, so square root x equals to 1 over 3. X is just square the thing, so you'll get 1 over 9. Right, it's not too bad. Can you understand? Okay, so if you can understand, we move on to number 8. Simplify this one. So the first one is, I know 1 I can change to anything I like. So in this case, I will change to a power of 0. So a power of 0, that means the whole thing is just 0. Okay, so your log AA is 1, 0, I move in front, 0 multiply 1 is 0. All right, so for the second one, we need to simplify. I know this is log m power half, because square root is power half, plus log n. Q root basically is power 1 over 3, plus, okay, this one, if I want to do fast, I know basically 2 actually is square root 4. All right, then the next thing is, what I will do is I will basically move the power in front, and move the power in front, and then this one is basically power half. That's why I move the power in front also. So this one I get 1 over 2, log mn is just equals to 1, plus 1 over 3, log nn is another 1. This one should be 4 power half. Then I will get half, log 4 is basically equals to 1. So half plus half is 1, so 1 plus this one I get 4 over 3 is the final answer. Okay? Yeah, so far so good. Okay, if no problem, we're going to move on to number 9. Okay, for number 9 is a linear law question. Okay, for this linear law question, y equals to log tan 3x, which intersect the x-axis and q and pass through the point a equal to tan p. Find the value p and q. Yeah, in order to solve this question, and it is 3 mark, I guess it is linear law, but then I couldn't see anything here. All right. So, yeah, what the question one? The question one, P and Q. All right, I see the P, but I don't see any Q here yet. Oh, okay, I see the Q. Q is the x-intercept, all right? Okay, this is not really linear law. This is just a normal equation. Y equals to log tan 3x. So in order to find P, this is x and y, isn't it? That means when y equals to P, x equals to 10. Log 10, 3 multiply 10 is okay. So what I will do is, definitely I will separate them if I want. This one is log 10, 3 plus log 10, 10. Because log rule we know multiply here, multiply here means plus. So log 10, 10 is 1, log 10, 3 is some number. So you can use the calculator to solve it. So I say log 3 plus 1. So your P is just 1.477. All right, so, and then I want to find Q. Q is on the x-axis. X-axis means y equals to 0. Right, so that means this coordinate is Q0. This is how I write the coordinate. So that means when x equals to Q, the y equals to 0. Then I will substitute back into this equation again. So y equals to 0, then the x basically will change to Q, 3Q. All right, then I will solve this one. I will move the log 10 to the other side, become 10 power of 0 equals to 3Q. So 10 power of 0 is 1. I move the 3 to the other side is 1 over 3 equals to Q. Done. Okay, this is just, I think this is sort of log question, but it make it look a little bit like the linear log question, but it's a log question. All right, so let me move on. Question 10. All right, this is GP and ask you to state the value of x. So obviously, you know, basically that divide 3, divide 3, divide 3. So x basically is 1. All right, it's because 9 divided by 3, you get divide 3, you get 3. 3 divide 3 again. So you just do 3 over 3, you get 1. So I know x is equals to 1. Right, then the next thing is write the 3 consecutive term after 7 to 9. So that means you go if you go backward, it's multiply 3, multiply 3. So 3 consecutive term means the continuous term. So you just imagine I have 7 to 9. 7 to 9. This is my next first term, my next second term, and my next 3 term. Okay, this one called consecutive term, 3 consecutive term. So that means I multiply 3, multiply 3, multiply 3. So yeah, so 729 multiply 3, I get 2187. I multiply 3 again, 6561. I multiply 3 again, 19683. Okay, this is how we do the 3 consecutive terms. Of course, you can erase the first term and you just write this answer because it's only 1 mark. Right, so no problem, right? It's very easy. Okay, this one, a football club want to build a mini station. The first row consists of 19 seats, and the number of the seats of each subsequent row is 2 more than the previous row. So over here, you have some football, some football match in the station. I think the state is something like this. The first row, you can actually accommodate 19 people. This one, when n equals to 1, you have the seat is 19. And then the second row here, you are more than 2, right? So when n equals to 2, s will basically more than 2, so it's 21. So when n equals to 3, it means the third row, your s actually plus 2 again is 23. So you know this is AP. So what I will do is I will do 19, 21, 23, dot. So I know A equals to 19. Different, use the second term minus the first term. So 21 minus 19 is equals to 2. Alright, so if you got this one is 2, the question asks you to do what? Calculate the minimum number of row seats needed to accommodate 1,500. So that means I know some of the seat must be bigger or equals to 1,500 because must be at least can accommodate 1,500 candidates. That means I cannot less than this, right? So what I will do is I use the SN formula for AP. SN equals to n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. All right, so what I will do is I do not know which row, so I write n over 2. 2a means 2 multiply 19 plus n minus 1d is 2. And then will bigger or equals to 1,500. Then definitely I will solve this one. I will move the 2 to the other side. It becomes 3,000. Okay, the 2 is gone. Then I will multiply it lah. 38 plus 2n minus 2. Then what I do next is basically I multiply the n into it. So I will get 38n plus 2n squared minus 2n bigger or equals to 3,000. Then 2n squared, this one and this one I simplified, plus 36n minus 3,000 bigger or equals to 0. Okay, this is quadratic. Okay, so when later you factorize, you must be very careful when this is quadratic. But I divide 2 first, plus 18n, minus 1,500. Okay, so I factorize in this case, I guess we will actually get decimal. Let's try using the EQN thing. A is 1, B is 18, C is negative 1,500. Yes, so the calculator basically will tell you one answer. The first answer is x1 equals to 30.762. The second answer is basically equals to negative 48.762. Alright, because this is inequality, you cannot straight away do this. So you have to draw out the bell-shaped diagram. And bigger mean going these 2 direction, right? So I have negative 48.762 and the other one is 30.762. Because of going this direction, I can say that n is bigger than 30.0762. And the negative value I will ignore because n cannot be negative. So that means in order to accommodate 1,500 people, so what you need to do is you at least, because this one is more than 30.7 row, right? So that means you at least you will need 31 row, because if you have 31 row means you can accommodate every one of them. All right, so yeah, just remember, I write off for it, because yeah, the question actually asks about minimum, I guess. Yeah, minimum number, because when it have to be bigger than 30.762, you can write any number which is bigger. 70 is bigger, or you can write n is bigger than 700 is still bigger. So the question always need to say this one is the minimum value, right? So you say minimum value mean you take the closest one, right? It's hang again, so I will need to close and open it again. Okay, so far so good. Is there anything you can't understand? All right. Okay, diagram 12 will show the graph of the straight line AB when the log y10 is plotted against log 10x. I mean, log 10y is plotted against log 10x. Point P lies on AB. OA equals to 3 units. That means O to A is 3 units. O to B is 2 units. That means here is 10. And then here is actually 2. All right, so the variable x and y are related by the equation y equals to ax power of n, such that a and n are constant. All right, so yeah. So find the values of log a and n. So what I will do over here is, if I want to form an equation from here, I will say this is log 10y equals to m log 10x. I mean log 10x, not log x. Log 10x plus c. This is y equals to mx plus c. Right, and obviously the question actually gives us one equation, which is this one, y equals to ax n. So since I want log 10 for both sides, so I'll add the log 10 for both sides by myself. All right, so yeah, this is multiply. Maybe I can actually separate them, mean plus log 10 x power of n. All right, until this step, I want to rearrange, because my x-axis y equals to mx, right? So my log x is on the x position, so I rearrange the thing. And I move in front, become power, so it's n log 10x plus log 10a. So over here, at least we know something. Our gradient is n. And our vertical intercept is this one. Vertical intercept. Okay, this is C. So what happened over here is, yeah, the question asks you to do what? Okay, passing to one coordinate is half k. Okay, or in terms of, we find the value of log 10a. Okay, so we will need to find a. What can we do? Let me see. Oh, okay. He actually give you the unit thing. Actually, is telling you the coordinate. This one basically is 2, 0. Because 0, AO is 10 unit, right? So this one is 0, 10. All right, so then it will be easy. So that means the straight line actually cut at 10 here. That means your C should be 10. Right, your C should be 10. So what's your C? Your C is log 10A, right? So log 10A is equals to 10. That's all. The question doesn't ask you to find A. And the question asks you to find N. Where exactly is the N? Okay, N is a gradient. Gradient in this case, since you have 2 points, you can actually use the 2 points to form the gradient. Gradient equals to negative y-intercept over x-intercept. So gradient actually equals to -5. And we know the n here actually stands for gradient, right? So I can say n equals to -5. That's all. Why OA is 10? Because I mean it's 3. I just see wrongly. Oh my god. Yeah, the question actually says 3. So this one is not 10. This is 3. So this is okay. So this is 0, 3, and then we have got the vertical intercept is 3. Yeah, that's all. And over here is wrong also. So in order to get the gradient is negative y-intercept over x-intercept. So the gradient basically equals to negative 1.5, and your gradient is n, right? So n equals to negative 1.5. Right, so after we got both of these ones, so what I will do is I will substitute into the equation I have it here. I will substitute everything I have into here. So therefore, what I get over here is log 10y equals to gradient is negative 1.5 log 10x plus your vertical intercept is 3 plus 3. All right, so yeah, so now we have to sub in this coordinate. I mean to find k. When x is half, y is k. So this one should be log 10k equals to negative 1.5. The x is, what's the x value again? The x is half. This one should be log 10 half plus 3. All right, so until here, the thing hang again. But let me just finish it before it's hang. Because the question actually asked me to find k. So what we'll do is, I know everything here is just a value. Then I'll use the calculator to solve it very fast. I will actually press negative 1.5 multiply log half and then plus 3. So that means the answer for the whole thing here, we actually get the result for the whole thing here. We actually get the result is 3.4515. All right, so after we got this one, we can get the k easily, right? You just move the log 10 to the other side. K equals to 10 power of 3.4515. Because the whole thing here already become 3.4515. So the log 10 move to the other side, it just become 10 power of that thing. Right, so can you understand? Why it hang all the time? Yeah, do you know how to do the linear law question, or you want me to explain again? Okay, if no problem, we'll move on. Okay. Diagram 13 shows a test. Identify the distance of hearing. The sound produced by a certain radio. So you have a radio here, and then actually the radio actually form sort of a distance. And I guess this is KBAT question, because yeah, KBAT questions, like they always love to look like this. Okay, so the student walk along the straight line and starting from the radio at a point 2-3 and stop at 14.8, where the sound from the radio can last to be heard. All right, so that means this one will be the further distance already. Means if the student go beyond this point, yeah, then the student cannot hear the sounds of the radio. All right, so A is very easy. The A actually asks you to find the further distance of hearing the sound from the radio. So that means they will ask you to find what is this distance. All right, so I just use the distance formula: square root x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. All right, so yeah, I have two coordinates here, so I just substitute in to get the distance equals to square root I can say 14 minus 2 square plus 8 minus 3 square. So I will have square root of, this one should be 12 square plus 5 square. This is Pythagoras, you get 169, and then you square it, you will get 13. So the distance is just 13. It's very easy. Then the next thing is, as a student move along the straight line, he noticed the sound from the radio can be heard clearly as far as the point P, which is 2/3 the distance from point R to S. Find the coordinate of P. Okay, so that means P will be somewhere on the middle, because they say actually you can hear clearly here. So therefore the question actually gives you some ratio. Okay, only can be heard as far as the point P from the radio, right? From radio to point P. So I can say R to P is equal to 2/3, 2/3 of the distance R to S, RS. All right, this is how I read the question. So after I able to read the question like this, I will make this one into a ratio because I know this is ratio formula. So RP over RS equals to 2/3. I move my RS to the other side, so I just divide. And then after I form a fraction, I know this one is the ratio, 2/3. All right, so yeah, after you form the ratio already, so I come back to the diagram. So I guess P is somewhere here. P to R is 2. And then from R to S is 3. If R to S is 3, P to S will be 1. Right, this is just the basic logic. And then I hope you remember about the ratio formula, something like mx1 plus ny1 over m plus n, and then my1, I mean, what is my mistake? Okay, this is x2. All right, so this is my1 plus ny2 over m plus n. All right, this is the ratio formula to find the point P. Point P, definitely we do not know, we call it xy. All right, so m and n you should know is both ratio. And then the ratio always need to multiply the further value. I mean, 2 have to multiply the further x. And 1 have to multiply the further x as well. So in this case, you cannot use the 1 to multiply the nearer one, which is wrong. So what I will do is I will use 2 to multiply 14, I get 28. Plus, I use 1 to multiply 2, is just 2, over 1 plus 2, which is 3. Comma, do the same thing. Now for y, I will use 2 to multiply the y, 2 multiplied 8 is 16. Then I will use 1 to multiply the 3 is plus 3 over 3. Then this is the coordinate for xy. All right, so therefore I will say is equals to 30 divided by 3 is 10. This one is just 19 over 3. So therefore I can say the coordinate P is 10, 19 over 3. Okay, just like this. Is there anything you want to ask about this question? Yeah, this question, first thing is you have to understand the question. After you understand the question already, you need to able to change from equation into a fraction and then fraction into the ratio. So you change into the fraction first and then you use the fraction change into a ratio. Right, so after you change the ratio already, just use the ratio formula. Right, so it's very easy. Okay, for question number 14, a straight line will passing through AB. So find the equation perpendicular bisectors to AB. So whenever you see perpendicular bisector, I say many times you need two information. First, you will need midpoint. Second, you will need the perpendicular gradient. Mean M1, M2 equals to -1. This one is just to help you to find the perpendicular gradient. Okay, so first thing is I will do the midpoint of AB first. So midpoint formula is very easy. Just x1 plus x2 over 2 and y1 plus y2 over 2. All right, just x plus x divided 2, y plus y divided by 2. So x is 2 and then x2 is 5. So comma and then 3 plus 9 over 2. So the midpoint basically is 7 over 2 and 12 over 2 is 6. Okay, now I got the midpoint already. But then I want the perpendicular gradient. So first thing is I will need to find the gradient of AB first. Okay, gradient of AB, gradient formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is to find the gradient. All right, so I will use y to minus y. So 9 minus 3 over 5 minus 2. 9 minus 3 is 6. 5 minus 2 is 3. 6 over 3, which is 2. So then I know 2 multiply the second gradient should equal to -1 if they are perpendicular. Okay, if they are perpendicular. Okay, so yeah, I know my second gradient is negative. It's -1 over 2. Okay, now I have both already. So what is the third thing? Form the equation using y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. The purpose of using this one, because you want to form the equation, then you just sub your coordinate into the y1 and x1. So I will go into the third step, which is y minus my y coordinate, which is 6, equals to m, which is -half, x minus my x coordinate, which is 7 over 2. Then I will solve this one, equal to -half x plus 7 over 4 plus 6. So yeah, I just do the one last step to form the equation. -half plus 24. 24 is 31 over 4. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure why this one just give you 3 marks. I mean, because I teach O-level as well. I mean, IGCSE, they will give 6 marks for this kind of question. But in SPM, I mean, in SBP, they only give 3 marks. But anyways, I hope you can understand some very crucial thing about perpendicular bisector, because perpendicular bisector means if this is a straight line AB, you will have one line will passing through the AB at the center of the AB, because they must be bisector one and must be perpendicular. So whatever thing, you have to find the gradient of AB first. After you got the gradient of AB already, you m1 m2 equal to -1 to find the gradient of perpendiculars to AB. After you have both of these things, then you form the equation. All right, so we go to 15 if you have no problem. Okay, given that the cos delta equals to G, okay, state in terms of G. Okay, so cos 2 theta. Okay, this one you just apply the formula. Cos 2 theta, if not mistaken, is something like cos theta sin theta minus sin theta cos theta, something like that. Oh no, the one is, no, the one is actually cos A plus B. This one, okay, I will need the formula, definitely. I forgot already. Yeah, I will need a formula for this one. I remember cos 2 theta, you have 3 different formulas. So let me just refer back. Yeah, you have 3 formula, but then over here you only have cos only. I mean, you only have the value of cos. So what I will do is I will actually use the cos 2 theta equals to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Right, so then this is very easy. So it's just your cos is G, right? Cos square, that means it's G square minus 1. Okay, this is A. Okay, B, this is very hard. Not to say very hard, this is half angle. Half angle means you actually have to do something. So it's sine angle over 2. Okay, for half angle things, I guess the formula is not given. I mean, your book should have no half angle formula. So, okay, so we have to do something. Okay, half angle, how the half angle come from? I hope I still remember. I so long never see half angle. Okay, 2 sine angle over 2, and then cos, I mean, oh shit, it's hang again. So let me just restart the OneNote real quick. Okay. Okay, how does half theta is come from? It's come from the sine 2 theta. If sine 2 theta equals to 2 sine theta cos theta, right? So what happened is, if I change the theta into the theta over 2, that means I let theta into the theta over 2. So therefore, I have sine 2 theta over 2 equals to 2 sine, all the theta become theta over 2. This one become cos theta over 2. And yeah, I make this one as a subject. So this one simplify. I guess we get sine theta. And then the 2 I move to the other side is just divided by 2. And then also divided by cos theta over 2. It doesn't seem correct. Okay, anyway, let me just work it out. Okay, so for this kind of thing, move to this side is divide. Okay, so we have to use the cos to actually solve this one. I think should have some easiest way to do this kind of thing. Just give me a moment. Trying to figure out how to solve this one. I think maybe we can use what kind of methods we can use it here. Since we know about cos theta is equals to cos theta equals to how do we do that? Yeah, we shouldn't choose that one, because if we choose that one, we actually make things look quite hard. Two cos square. Okay, this one, for this one, we have 2 cos square theta minus 1. But the question actually one about sine. So basically cos 2 theta, we're trying to use the cos 2 theta thing. Let me see, another formula for cos 2 theta is basically equals to 1 minus 2 sine square theta. All right, so yeah, we try to use the second formula in all, rather than using the cos, I trying to use I use the sine, I try to use the cos to solve this one, because we don't have any information about sine, so there's not make sense doing that. So what I will try to do over here is I change this one, same thing, into theta over 2. This is 1 minus 2 sine square. I change this one into the theta over 2. All right, so simplify this one, basically you will get cos theta, and then equals to 1 minus 2. The square over here basically is mean sine theta over 2 square. All right, this is the meaning of square here. So if you understand until right now here, it's hang again, but anyway, I use the space here. So I will move the whole thing to the other side, become 2 sine theta over 2 square. I mean, I shift the whole thing here to the other side. And then I move the cos to this side, become 1 minus cos theta. All right, so then what I do next is, this one, it will be sine square, I move the 2 to the other side. It's 1 minus cos theta over 2. Then I move the square to the other side, it just becomes square root. And I know my cos, isn't it? My cos equals to g. So it's 1 minus g over 2 square root. Yeah, this one should be the final answer. All right, so yeah, because just now, if I want to use sine 2 theta to simplify it, I simplify until halfway I actually see sine theta. But there's no way for me to substitute the sine theta into it. Because this one doesn't tell me any quadrant, I cannot draw out the triangle thing. Okay, so therefore I will not use the sine 2 theta. In this case, I will use the cos 2 theta to actually solve it. Yeah, I hope you can understand this. If you can't, you can let me know. Okay, if you're okay, then we actually will move on. but after, before I move on, you actually can see actually it's hang. So I'm not sure what happens to Microsoft. They just like keep on hanging. But the product is not stable. All right, so okay, let me move on to question 60. Okay, diagram 16 shows the size garden of the circle shapes with a center O and a diameter of 4 meters. Okay, so I guess because this diagram is very dark, so it's very hard for you to see. I guess basically you will see a circle here. And the diameter of the circle is basically is 4 meters. That means it should be 4 meters for the diameter. And then actually you have a sector here. I mean, OPQ is a sector. All right, so yeah, this one actually is a 3D plan. All right, so the sector OPQ, that means OPQ is 1/3 of the garden. So the garden is a whole circle. So the question trying to say the angle here is actually is 1/3. So what I'm trying to do is I will say the angle OPQ equals to 1/3 of the circle. Because the one answer in radian asks you to find the angle POQ in radian. So 1/3 of the whole circle. Circle is 2 pi. I mean, circle is 360, right? 360 in radian we call 2 pi. So this one you just use the calculator, you can easily get the answer. So you get 1/3 multiply 2 pi. Yeah, you actually will get 2.094. Okay, so they ask you to use the pi at this one. So I guess I shouldn't use pi in calculator. I should change the pi into 3.142. Then we'll get more accurate one. So this is 2.095. Okay, this is 5. Okay, then now we solve the first one. The area A will be fang. So find the total length in the fence that is needed. So that means they ask you to find the parameter of the area A, which you can see I draw it in the blue color. So what I want to do is, since this is radius, I know this is 2 meters. This is radius, I know this is 2 meters. I just need to find the arc length. We know the formula for arc length, S equals to R theta, right? This is for arc PQ. Right, R is basically just 2 because diameter is 4, so I know R is 2. And the theta we have already 2.05. So I just multiply 2 multiply 2.095. So I get 4.19. Right, so then I want to find the total length. So in order to find the total length, that means I will use 4.19 plus 2, so it's 8.19. Okay, and in meter, maybe? Yes, this is how we do this kind of question. Yeah, and I also realized my answer is different with the marking scheme, but I think maybe there's something wrong about the marking scheme. But if you find out actually is I make the mistake, please let me know. Okay, it's hang again, so I have to restart like almost every single question. Okay, for question 17. Okay, given that A and B are non-zero and non-parallel vector, so with this thing, we find the value A, H and K. All right, non-zero and non-parallel. First thing, non-parallel means A and B, they are not the same thing. I mean, yeah, they are not the same thing. Non-zero cannot be 0A or you cannot be 0B. Okay, this one means non-zero. Okay, so, but we can still use the comparison, I guess. So let me write out the equation first. A plus 3KB equals to 3A plus 9B. Okay, so what I will do here is basically I will do the comparing. I will comparing A for both sides. So I will just comparing A So that means 2h minus 1 basically equals to 3. So h is basically equals to 4 divided by 2. H equals to 2. Then I will do the same things to comparing b. That means I will compare whatever thing for b. So 3k equals to 9. K equals to 9 over 3. K equals to 3. Right, this one is just 2 marks. Yeah, it's very easy. You just compare each other. Yes, is there anything you want to tell me? For question 16, yes. Yeah, what happens for question 16? B, yeah, the fencing thing, right? Why you minus with whole circle? It say area. Oh, I thought A actually is the whole. I thought A basically is the whole sector. Okay, thanks for that. Now actually I see that A actually is a segment. That means that actually they ask for this part only, right? Ah, my bad. All right, so yeah, just now we actually find the arc PQ is actually like S equal to R theta. R is 2. Theta is basically 2 point. Where is the theta? 2.095. Okay, so you will get 4.19. Okay, yeah, 4.19 meter. And then now we have to find the length of PQ. Okay, so find the length of PQ, basically we can use the cos rule. Okay, it means the one A square equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos A. Okay, so yeah. So I will use this one. So I can say PQ square. This is 2 and 2, right? So it will be 2 square plus 2 square minus 2 cos 2.095. 2.095. All right, so yeah, PQ equals to 2 square. Let me change my calculator to radian. Okay, so 2 square plus 2 square minus 2 multiply 2 multiply 2, and then multiply cos 2.095. And I will get 12. So I move the square, so I get the square root 12. So it's actually 3.465. And then yeah, so the total length is actually 3.465 plus 4.19. Plus 4.19. So my answer is actually 7.655. Is that correct? Yeah, let me just double check with the answer here. I want to see is it correct or not. This is correct, then it will be good. Then we can move on. Yeah, because I thought the area A is the whole sector. So Anna is not. But anyways, thanks for the thanks for reminding. All right, so yeah, let me move on to the next one. Okay, so let's do it's hang again. I have to close and open it again. Okay. Yes, so we will continue to the 18. Okay, so draw the diagram of vector OP and OQ. All right, so if P equals to -3, 5. All right, so yeah, we actually have to give the unit by ourselves, and we have to draw OP and OQ, and O is the origin. The answer space given, hence draw the resultant vector. Okay, so P is -3, 5, OP. So that's mean if this is center, so -3, that means actually I will go 3 unit to my left hand side, and 5 means I will go 5 unit go up. -3, 5. So this is my P. Okay, this is my OP. So yeah, so therefore it will be 3 units and 5 units. So 1, 2, 3 is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is here. So P is here. So my OP is like this. Here is P. All right, then the next thing is OQ is 7, 1. 7, then I will calculate the 7. Then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1 is over here. This is Q. So O to Q. Of course, you have to use ruler to draw lah. I don't have the ruler here. Right, so, and then the question asks you to draw the resultant vector PQ. Then you have to draw P to Q. Okay, this is OP. Yeah, this is OP given, hence and draw the resultant vector PQ. Yeah, this is OP, this is OQ, and resultant vector PQ. Yeah, you just draw like this. And then calculate the magnitudes of the resultant vector. So if you want to find the magnitude of resultant vector, so yeah, is quite simple. So we just need to know the value is half. So yeah, we can actually use algebra to solve. Depend what method you want to solve. There's many ways. You can see from the diagram also can. Or you want to say PQ actually equals to PO plus OQ. So yeah, I can use column vector. This is negative, or PO. PO will be negative. So it will be 5 and -3 and -5, because PO equals to negative OP. I mean OP equal to negative PO, right? So plus OQ is 7, 1. So this one is basically is 10 and -4. So if I want to find the magnitude of PQ, so I just use the Pythagoras formula, 10 square plus -4 square. Then I can easily get the correct answer. Square root 10 square plus 4 square. -4 square and 4 square is the same. So you get the magnitude is 10.77. Right. If you do not like to use this one, definitely, what's the meaning of resultant vector? Okay, resultant vector basically means both vector plus together. Like resultant vector of PQ. So for example, if this vector is A to B, this is a resultant vector. So another 2 vector plus together must equals to B. So it must start from A and end with B, because A to B is resultant vector. So the arrow for the other 2 vectors should be like this. Yes. So yeah, so this one is a resultant vector. So if let's say I have a triangle look like this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Okay, so A, B, and C. So in this case, you want to know which one is resultant vector. Resultant vector is another 2 vectors that add together. They actually will give you the resultant vector. So you can see actually this one is shorter distance. This one is the starting, ending. So the other B and A to B actually is from the starting go to the ending, but then you use the longer journey. You just imagine A to C is a faster journey. It's a shortcut, and then you can, of course, you can still reach at the same location, but then use the longer journey. You go to the A first, then you go to B. So C in this case is a resultant vector. So C equals to A plus B, because C is a resultant vector. Yeah, but then for A, I mean the A on the top here, I just feel a bit weird because the first thing it asks us to draw OP. So OP, my arrow have to face out. OQ, the arrow have to face outside as well, which is the arrow like this. And then they ask us to draw the resultant PQ. So that means I just connect P to Q. But then this arrow actually doesn't tell me PQ is resultant vector. If PQ is a resultant vector, what I want to do is I have to change this symbol the other way around. It should be going down if PQ is a resultant vector. But if I change this, change the OP become PO, means the starting they asked me to draw already, that one will be wrong. So yeah, it's a bit tricky for this part. I think maybe it's because the questions doesn't state so clear about that. I'm not sure, does the marking scheme actually tell the things about this? Yeah, I checked the marking scheme, actually they draw the same thing with me. So yeah, but what the marking scheme do over here is actually he add one more arrow for resultant vector. Yeah. So the rest is basically the same with me. All right, so yeah. So yeah, we will just continue. Is there anything else you want to ask? Okay, so yeah, we will go to this one. Okay, this one is a bit different. I won't say it's difficult, but I said different. And for the part B, this one actually is something related to the first principle. Actually, I do have one video to teach students how to do the first principle of differentiation. But then, yeah, actually it's coming out in SBP paper. But I will teach you from the A first. Okay, this one, limit the change of x equals to very close to 2. So what will happen over here is, yeah, so if you want to find the value of this thing, so what I would do is the change of x will get very close to 2. And then this one change of x will get very close to 2. So this is 4/3. That's all. Okay, so it means it's trying to say something like change of x is equals to 2, something like this lah. But then it use the arrow means it's very close to. All right, so then the second part, okay, this part is first principle. So normally first principle will not coming out in exam, but then yeah, it's coming out here. So what I want to do is the question asks you to find dy dx. And then the question, this first principle actually tell you dy dx actually is when change of x over change, when change of y over change of x, when you limit the change of x close to 0, you actually get dy dx. Okay, if you want to understand this one, you have to go to understand the diagram. The diagram actually is trying to tell you is something like this. If you have a curve, how do you actually get this gradient? It's actually, okay, let's say this, in order to get a tangent of certain point, right? This one is actually change of y over change of x. They actually make this one become shorter until certain value, the change of x becomes so small. I mean, this is change of x. The change of x until so small and become tangent. So when it become tangent already, mean actually you will get dy dx. Okay, this is something very long story. You can just ignore it first. So I teach you how to do it. Okay, so I will just copy the question first. So change of y equals to 6x, and then this is change of x plus 3 change of x squared plus 4 change of x. So what I want to do is, first thing is I want to get change of y over change of x. You can see the whole question here only have one change of y here. So I will divide change of x for every single one. I will divide change of x for every single one because I want to get change of y over change of x here. Okay, after I do this one, I will simplify, I will simplify, I will simplify. Okay, then the next thing I will do is I will limit the change of x is very close to 0. That means on this area here, whatever change of x I see, I will change it into 0. So this one 6x, it just remains 6x. 3 multiply change of x. Do you see change of x here? It's 0 plus 4. All right, the whole thing here actually equals to dy dx already, because at the beginning he said dy dx actually equals to the whole thing here. So whole thing here equals dy dx. So dy dx basically equals to 6x plus 4. That's all. Okay, this is first principle. Yeah, I hope this first principle theory actually can make you understand it. Do you have any problem about this one? Yeah, it's not too hard. If you understand it, it's very easy. Some more, it's just 2-mark question. If you're still very confused about this question, actually, you can go to watch my first principle video. Yeah, I actually stated quite clear over there. Okay. If no problem, we go to question 20. Okay. Yeah, maybe it seldom come out. Yes. Actually, I guess this is the first or the second time it's come out. Last time, one of my online students actually told me his school actually coming out that question. But yeah, so far, I mean, in SPM, I never saw that, but it might come out because nowadays, yeah, they love KBAT question. All right, so come to the question 20. Okay, question 20, given that the y equals to px squared minus qx plus 3 has a stationary point. Okay, find the values of p and q. So, okay, it shouldn't be too hard because whenever we see stationary point, we know dy dx equals to 0. So, yeah, so therefore, I will do dy dx here. Dy dx should equals to 2px minus q. Okay, because stationary point means the maximum, so equals 0. So my 2p, the x is 1. My x equals to 1 because of that coordinate minus q. So I can say 2p is equals to q. So p equals to q over 2, my first equation. Then I will substitute the whole coordinate into the original equation here. Then I do simultaneous. So when y equals to 4, px equals to 1 squared minus q1 plus 3. So I will have 4 equals to p minus q plus 3. This one is my second equation. So I will sub 1 into 2. Then this one is 4 equals to q over 2 minus q plus 3. 3 move to the other side, you will get 1 here. This one is q over 2 minus 2q over 2. So therefore, I will get negative q over 2 equals to 1. So therefore, q actually equals to negative 2. So if q equals to negative 2, p equals to negative 2 over 2. P equals to negative 1. All right, it's just simultaneous. This one is not too bad. Just you have to understand whenever you see stationary or sometimes you will see turning point, mean dy dx equal to 0. Right, so yeah, this is something you have to pay attention at. If okay, then we're going to move on. How do we know when need to use dy dx? Okay, whenever you see curve, when do you dy dx? Whenever you see curve. And then for whatever curve, they ask you to find the gradient function, means the gradient of the curve. You have to do dy dx. If they ask about maximum or minimum, you have to do dy dx equals to 0. If they ask you to, in this case, like they ask about stationary, or they ask about turning point, same thing. You will, yeah, turning point. I don't know, turning point. You will have to do dy dx equal to 0 as well. Yeah, actually, you have to understand the question. There's so many cases they can ask you to do dy dx, but whenever they ask you to do dy dx, most of the time is related to curve, is related to small change, is related to the rate of change. Yeah, so it can say, yeah, your differentiation is a very long topic. So just whatever thing about rate of change and small change is related to dy dx. But in this case, whenever you have curve equation and they ask about maximum and minimum, then you have to do about dy dx also. Yeah, I cannot just summarize in one sentence, but Yeah, so you actually you have to do a lot of question in order to understand that, because whenever you do a lot of question, you see those the way of the question asking, then you can guess this is the dy dx. And sometime like question 20 here, just in case you think, okay, this one might not use dy dx. If you do not want to use dy dx, you see stationary point, what you can do? Yeah, if you see stationary point, that of course there's another way you can do is you can use completing a square. I guess completing a square will give you the answer also, because stationary point means actually maximum or minimum, we do not know. Then but even you use completing a square, you will need one more equation, I guess. Yeah, you can try to use completing a square. Yeah, normally dy dx and completing a square, this is the only things in MF you use it to solve the maximum or minimum or stationary or turning point. Okay, I hope I do answer your question. So let's move on to 21. Okay, diagram 21 show a graph of the curve. Okay, so fx and the shaded region A and B. So fill the empty box provided below with the function fx and gx to represent the area shaded region A. So you know, in order to find the shaded region A here, basically you just need to intersect the straight line from 0 to 2. So basically you need to integrate the fx. That's all. All right, because if you integrate the gx, you actually get a plus b. All right, so b. If integrate gx from 2 to 3, you get -4, 2 to 3. That means this area. That means this area is 2 to 3. Integrate gx, you get -4. And integrate 0 to 3 for gx, you get -12. 0 to 3 means the whole thing. Because you integrate 0 to 3, that means you will get the whole thing. This is 0. This is 3. I mean, the whole area here is equals to 12, -12. Find the area shaded regions A plus B. Why it seems like very easy? If the whole thing is 12, I just use 12. I mean 12 minus 4. Right, so yeah, I think it's just 8. Okay, so okay, so area of shaded region A plus B equals to modulus of -12 minus modulus of -4. So it's just 8 units square. Yeah, it seems like too easy. Is my answer correct? Because it just seems too easy for me. It doesn't seem like so easy. So this is question. Yep, is that easy? All right. So yeah, as long as you understand, the question is like as easy as this one. Okay. So yeah. So let's move on. Oh, 22. A set of 7 number has a mean. So we know means in this case is equals to 15. Mean is sum of x. I mean sum of fx. But in this case, I don't think I have fx. It's just sum of x over n equals to 15. Sum of x we do not know. N we know is 7 equals to 15. So sum of x equals to 105. I will leave it here first. And the standard deviation equals to square root 50. And yeah, standard deviation formula actually equals to square root sum of x squared over n minus mean square. So square root 50 equals to square root sum of fx squared, I do not know, n is 7 minus mean is 15 square. So I will solve this equation first. Square root and square root I simplified. So 50, I move the minus 15 square to the other side, so it will plus 15 square. 50 plus 15 square, you basically, no, never mind. I will just type 15 square first, one by one, plus 225 equals to sum of x squared over 7. So sum of x squared is basically equals to 50 plus 225 multiply 7. So you get 1925. All right, if you get 1925 here, so what you need to do is the next part. A number is added to this set and the mean is increased by 1. Find a new variance. All right, so number 23 is added to this set. So yeah, you need to find a variance, right? So variance basically is equals to sum of x squared over n minus mean square. So yeah, sum of, okay, this is the new sum of x squared because this is a new one. All right, this is a new also because you have the new number added in. So n is from 7 plus one number, n become 8 already. All right, so I have to use my old sum of, this is my old value. All right, this is my old sum of x squared is 1925 plus a new number add in 23 square over 8 minus mean square. The question tell me mean increased by 1. My previous mean is 15, increased by 1 is 16 square. Right, this is how we find the variance. So 1925 plus 23 square divided by 8 minus 16 square. Yeah, you will get 50.75. Right, yeah, this is how we solve this kind of question. It's a little bit tricky, but I guess it's not too bad, right? And it's hang again, I will need to restart it. Yeah, last 3 questions. Okay, if no problem, we're going to move on to question 23. How many 4 digits number can be formed without repetition? We have how many number here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 number you want to form 4 digits number is 6p4. That's all. Means 6 digit you choose 4. Why I use p? Because this is digit number. Means number but means arrangement is very important. So I will do 6p4 is 600. I mean 360. It's very easy. The first one. For the B, find a number of 4 digits even number more than 7,000. You have 2 conditions. First condition, it must be even. Second condition, it must more than 7,000. So in order to more than 7,000, my first digit here, I can put 7, 8, and 9 only, right? In order to get even number, the last digit can put 4, 6, and 8 only. So in this case, we have some trouble because the 8 actually repeat. The question actually tell you very clearly here without repetition. So in order to avoid the repetition, so what I will do in this question is I will separate into 2 different cases. So the first cases here, I make sure I use 8. The second cases here, I make sure the first digit I use 7 and 9. Okay, because I want to avoid repetition, if I use 8 in the first place, the last place I will use 4 and 6 only. If I use 7 and 9 at the first place, here I can use all 4, 6, and 8. All right, so then this is first place. First, you only have 8, and then you choose 8. Mean one number, you choose 1. And then here, 2 number, you choose 1 to put at the last place. You imagine just now we have 6 number. We used 2 number already. We still left 4 number, isn't it? So here you have 2 slots. 4 number, you have to randomly choose 2 slots to fill in. To choose 2 numbers to fill in the 2 slots here, and then multiply them. Then we'll do the same thing here. 7 to 9 is 2 number. I choose 1 to put at the first slot. 3 number, I choose 1 to put at the last slot. And the middle one still have 2 slots. I still left 4 number. So 4 number, I have to choose 2 to put on the 2 slot here. I multiply, and then I plus both of the answer. This is how we solve this kind of question. So definitely we will do 4p2 plus I multiply 2p1. First one is 24 plus this one 2p1 I guess is 2. 4p2 multiply 4 P2 multiply 3P1. So basically it's 72. I mean, yeah, your final answer should be 96. Okay, so far so good. I hope you can actually understand that. If you can't, you just let me know. Okay, 24. The probability of Nora chosen as a librarian is 2/5, while the probability of Kumar being chosen is 3/8. So over here, if Nora being chosen, I say probability of Nora being chosen is 2/5. So if Nora not being chosen, I put a dot mean complement, mean not being chosen, will be 1 minus 2/5, right? So it will be 3/5. So this one is just because 1 minus 2/5. Huh? All right, so same thing for Kumar. If Kumar being chosen, the probability is 3/8. If Kumar not being chosen, it's just 1 minus 3/8, you get 5/8. All right, so now for A, both of them are not chosen. So it's very easy. So Kumar is not chosen, we'll multiply with, Nora is not chosen, multiply with Kumar is not chosen. So which is 3/5 multiply with 5/8. So you'll get 3/8. Very easy. Okay, for part B, only one of them is chosen. So if only one of them is chosen, what's the meaning of it? Mean if I choose Nora, I cannot choose Kumar. However, if I choose Kumar, I cannot choose Nora because can only one of them. Then I plus together. Okay, so then I plus together. Okay, so I can write at the bottom maybe. This is 2/5 multiply, not chosen is 5/8. Because they are same cases, that's why we use multiply. Plus, if Kumar is chosen, is 3/8, multiply with Nora is not chosen, is 3/5. And then you just solve this one, you should be able to get the correct answer. Yeah, 2/5 multiply 5/8 plus 3/8 multiply 3/5. So you get 19/40. Okay, this is how we solve this kind of probability question. Of course, if you still feel very confused, you can draw out the tree diagram. You draw a tree diagram, it will be very easy to understand. Okay, if you can understand, then we go to the last question before we end the class today. And let me see what's the time now. Okay, we still have some time. Okay, should be okay, right? If okay, we go to the last one. And it's hang again, obviously. And yeah. So, yeah, last question, 25. X is continuous random variable of X for N and P. Right, X as a binomial N and P. So P is the probability of success, N is the total number of try. Right. Okay, so the table 25 show the probability distribution. So which one is N? N is actually quite simple. And basically you choose the largest value of X. In the table here, largest value of X is 3, right? So N equals to 3, just 1 mark. All right, K. In order to find K, we know probability all sum together is equals to 1, right? So what I want to do is, in order to find K, I use 1 to minus the rest. Minus this one, minus 54/54, not 55. I will minus 54 over 125, minus 27 over 125. Then, yeah. So, yeah, just minus. So you get 36 over 125. So, yeah, this one is K, 36 over 125. All right, so because all sum together need to be 1. All right, the last thing is P. P is a bit hard here. Okay, in order to get P, I guess you have to use this formula. X equals to R, and then equals to NCR, P power of R, and then Q power of N minus R. Okay, so Yeah, in this case, you have to choose one of the combination. You can choose the last one or the first one. Both is fine, and you get the same answer. So let's say I choose the first one. When x equals to 0, I will get 8 over 125. Okay, when x equals to 0, I will say my n is 3, right? So I will say 3c0, p is unknown, power of 0. And q, you have to know q is always equals to 1 minus p, right? So I will say 1 minus p power of 3 equals to 8 over 125. Then 3 power of 0, 3c0 is 1. P power of 0 is 1. So 1 multiply 1 minus p power of 3 equals to 8 over 125. So I will move the power 3 to the other side. It becomes q root of 8 over 125. So 1 minus p equals to 2 over 5. So yeah, 1 minus 2 over 5 is equal to p. So therefore, p equals to 3 over 5. Yep, this is how we solve the p. So far, so good. I don't know. It's very depend on the state. Yeah, some state they just want to like make their standard higher, so they will give you more difficult question. Yeah, some students just think the SBP paper is actually easier than other state, but it's very depend. Maybe the paper 2 is harder. I haven't checked out the paper 2. I will check out the paper 2 soon. But this paper 1 for me, I think is still okay. Only maybe like 1 or 2 question actually is quite confusing. But anyways, I think that's all for class today. Is there anything you want to ask? Yes. Okay, if there's nothing you want to ask, so what I will do is I will stop the screen recording. And after I stop the screen recording, I think the video will automatically uploads to the YouTube. This one is actually uploaded by YouTube. But after that, I will upload again by myself. So yeah, so yeah, you will see some video actually is repeating. But later actually I will hide those videos auto upload by YouTube after I upload all the video by myself. All right, I think that's all for today. I will stop the screen sharing first. And then after that, I will actually stop the broadcast. Actually, the SPM exam have 50% of hot question, right? I don't think so. I heard, the last time I heard is about 40% of KBAT question were coming out. Yeah, if 50% will be quite a lot. But I heard this year is 60%. My teachers told me, yeah, the markers say is 50 to 60%. Yeah, it depends. Actually, even is hot questions, I mean HOTS, even is hot question, I think they have level. So there's like this paper, SBP paper, some hot question actually is still doable. I mean, as a student, still can understand the question and still can work out. But then some like very difficult type of hot question, then the one is very different story. So I don't know the 60%, like how many percent is considered okay one and how many percent is considered really, really hard. It's very dependent on the examiner. Most probably GERDA and MLSM paper will come out. The question seems like that. Yeah, then you can do all the GERDA tri paper or you can do all the MLSM paper to actually get some experience. Because at the beginning, when I first looking at the hot question, I actually think, wow, why so difficult? But then when you do many times already, you will find out actually this is not too bad. Means you can still understand it. Yeah, so you will need experience on solving those type of hot question. Let me stop the screen recording first. Next year will be worse, 100% examiner. Yeah, I don't think they will actually go up to 100% because even because right now actually I'm teaching the Cambridge MF, even their MF they actually keep like 20% is really really hard, and then 40% is okay. I mean, it's still for some students it's hard, and then they will at least have 40% is considered very easy. I mean, in this world, I don't think anyone will make the question like 100% like very hard. So next year MF whole paper change from MF change to the calculus. Actually, calculus is part of MF. Actually, you're learning about differentiation and integration. All of that is considered calculus. Okay, if anything else you want to ask me? Yeah, of course. If you do like when you do a trial paper, you find out any state trial paper is really really hard, let me know. Then I can actually discuss before your exam is coming. Yeah, you're most welcome. And yeah, I heard the MRSM. I think MRSM is a Mara school. I heard their school I mean their school standard is very high, and the quality of the teacher there is very good also. Okay, if there's nothing more, then I will stop the broadcast, and then I will see you guys next week. Okay, bye bye.